My name's Dr. Roy Hanney. I'm an Associate Professor of Media Practice at Ravensbourne University, and I'm the Deputy Chair of the MeCCSA Practice Network, who are one of the partners or co-sponsors of this symposium. It's very exciting to be at Ravensbourne this year for this symposium about how all these new intelligent technologies are impacting on creative practice. This is important for us nationally, internationally, for us as creative practice researchers to be on top of where these technologies are going, how they're changing our lives and how they're changing what we're going to teach and how we research. So for example, you see the way virtual production is shifting the workflow around all sorts of different production practices.
Well, that's part of what we're trying to illustrate is so there's no confusion. It's actually not that easy to get good results, as you can see, because there's a number of things that are happening. The first one obviously having to do with the asset in the background, like how realistically is it rendered? Is it photoreal or not?
Obviously these technologies are really changing how practice is done. So even with virtual production, for example, you see the way that post-production is now pre-production.
So I'm on a 40mm lens on the physical, on a 40mm focal length on a physical lens. So that has to match with how Unreal is set up, but also in terms of what we mentioned, the focus, the depth of field that goes along with it, what happens when I rack focus.
So I think one of the challenges with this kind of technology is for example, you know, how will we be making films in the future and who will be making those films? I can see a real opportunity around tools like Sora and Runway in terms of independent filmmaking. At the moment, if you want to make a short film, it's quite hard, it's quite challenging, it costs loads of money. But really, if you use those technologies, you could take your script and your ideas straight out there, produce something very quickly, very cheaply, that is of cinematic quality. And people say to me, oh yes, but you know, documentary filmmakers, you know, they won't want to use AI. But I don't think people like Netflix will care where that material has been sourced, how it's been generated. They're just interested in content. And so I think that there is a danger that we might lose a lot of craft practices, and there might be impacts on jobs. I don't want to sound too much like a Luddite, but because these things always generate new work and new different ways of doing things, but we are looking at massive change. And that's always scary because we don't know where that's going to take us.